Middos-Mishpatim discusses both the union of interpersonal relationships. We see a very, very scientific thought that goes through it. Obviously, we understand the discussion of the halachas of mazik, of the kamadik inyanim. It is a parsha in the Middos-Mishpatim where the Torah Kedosha goes into arichas on different inyanim, where we find that the Torah is extra sensitive. V'ger lo yisoynu v'lo suchatzanu ki girim ha'isem b'eretz Mitzrayim v'amona v'yosu lo yisa'anun v'yishlam shemenim anei sa'ana oiso ki imtzog yizah yishomar yishmatzah v'chor ha'api v'horakti eschem b'chorev v'ayuda sheichem al monos v'lev. It's such a fascinating punishment. Because inu to what Yosef Almona, the Torah, the Persian pays back with wrath, with tremendous anger. The Chora Api, the Persian gets angry. Varak Yeschem Bechorev. What's the Yisod of Boisai? Very simple, but very, 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 very important of Boisai. It doesn't say that by if because even though it's Isav or Noah's Tvorim by anybody, in Parashas Bahar, the Torah talks about not Noah's Tvorim or Noah's Moment. Here the Torah Kedosha talks about the Noah, the Inu that a person calls a Yosef Almona, the person does to a ger. And I think the Yisod, the Boisai is partial, but it's more the Yisod is the Rebbeinu Shem expects us not only to deal with our fellow in a proper manner, as we've spoken in the previous shvuos, that the Yisod of the Mishpatim is not just how that we should survive in society, laws and codes of how to exist with one another. But the Torah is much more demanding of us, being Mamlechas Kohen v'Goy Kodosh, that our chiyuv is to feel what the other person's going through. It's not only Mishpatim expects us to deal in a proper etiquette way, but we have to be machshiv, think about what's going on in Yena's life, Rabbi Yisai. With the terminology that has come up today in society, empathize and sympathize. It's a nice thing. By us, that's the nature of our halacha. Because when Melechas Kohen and V'Goy Kadosh, it's expected of us to go much deeper than just surviving with our neighbor. Much deeper than not just getting into fights, but we have to think into what's going on in his brain, what's going on by Yana. Where's he holding? And Shem Yirachem and Yosef Almona said, we can't imagine the pain that they're going through. We can't imagine they're living with a constant sar, a constant pain, Rabbi Yisai. The Torah expects us not just but to think that when we give pain to that person, it's much greater. Why? Because our machshava should be, let's think what that person's going through. He's going through such a difficult time, the ger. He's trying to become acclimated to his environment. And he's going through that difficult stage of leaving his home and everything. And here he has to be accepted by a new ummah. What's going on by him? That's what the Rebbeinu Shem expects from us. And if we're not, it's not so bad. Harakti eschem, chas v'shalom lo aleinu. If it's so bad, Im kesef talva es alma es ami es ani imach sek Rashi. Doesn't expect just lending the money. So Rashi es ani imach have mistachel ba'atzmacha kiru ata'ani. Look what's going on by Yana. Feel his matzav. It's not just a nice thing. It steht doch in der Mishnas HaChasidim. Nee, das ist Mechiyum from Torah. Empathize and sympathize with the matzav. Get into empathize, feel what he's going through. That's Chiyuvei Torah. And where does it stem from, Rabbi Yisrael? What a pasuk, Rabbi Yisrael. This pasuk is Vayiru es Elokei Yisrael v'sachas raglov kimasei livnas asach v'che'etzem hashemayim l'Torah. It says by Matan Torah, Rabbi Yisrael, Klal Yisrael was able to peek and to see what was going on Shemayim. And what do they see? Ke'etzem hashemayim l'Torah. They see when Klal Yisrael come out of the beauty, the chedva, the or, the fanov. But they also saw a brick by the feet of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Kimasei livnas asabes of Rashi. He hoisel the fanov b'shas hashibud. This is called Tzaroshen Shal Yisrael. The Rebbeinu Shalom needs a brick, Rabbi Yisai. The Rebbeinu Shalom needs a brick. The Rebbeinu Shalom was teaching this lesson to Klal Yisrael. You're going to see the Rebbeinu Shalom with that brick. The brick represents the Rebbeinu Shalom's feeling the tsar. Not just, he knows, to feel the tsar itself. Ki'il kaviyachol, the lesson to us. It's not just enough to say, Nebuch, I'm walking past the ketchup, please. My fries are getting cold. Nebuch, this bach is going through a hard time. Halavai today, hearts of stone. You see Nebuch, you see those the things come in the mail. Hashem Yirachim, it's very hard. Hashem Yirachim, Hashem have mercy on us. Midas Adin, Hashem Yirachim, every day we hear things. But somebody even close, somebody has a kesher with, the guy we talk, yesterday he got to tell her, where's the intensive care? What did you say? Sorry, I just finished my hamburger. It's intensive care. Pass the pickles. Your friends at the ear. A few more pickles, please. He's intense. Your good friends at the ear. Any Coke? The person, I'm not saying it was the madrega, but to feel the tsar, to feel the tsar. A person's going, people going through tsar, Rashi, livnas asabi, telefona b'shas hashiba, this goes to Rosh Yisrael. Hashem had a brick there. This goes to Rosh, and to empathize Kaviyachol with the madrega, we have to understand it, but to be involved, to feel the pain of somebody's in pain, and people are in pain for different reasons. It doesn't have to be chas v'shalom that extreme, but people go difficult times to feel that madreg, what they're going through, and to deal with them in that matzah that they're going through the pain, to realize, to share in it, and if you can, at least to sympathize, but to empathize, to get involved, and to share the pain, and to think a little bit what's going on in that person's life, and then to how to deal with him in that matzah. I can't be so tough with him. I can't be with this. He's going through really hard times. I have to be very careful what I say, Rabbi. I know Dvarim Stam is a problem, but when a person doesn't know Dvarim, someone that's going through terrible pain, Hashem Yirachem, Hashem takes it out. Stark, Rabbi. Rebelsky in the book, he was talking about how Rebelsky, the Maisa, would always try to help the people that were downtrodden. That's why he opened up his Bezdin for people that were being. Anyway, he brings over here Maisa in the story Rishon L'Shashas HaBrisk. He stood the story of Chaim Brisker. Reb Chaim was 5 years old. Brisker noticed he became deathly ill. He experienced a miraculous recovery. He told his family they knew which shchus had saved his life. Listen to a Maisa. In his class at Cheder, there had been a boy whose father had died long. One day, a boy whose father was wealthy did something wrong, but rather than blame the rich man's son, the Rebbe blamed this kid because Kesav Yanis Akol. The Rebbe who knew the real culprit, the Rebbe knew who the real culprit was. It was the rich man's kid, right? He's not going to get a nice envelope from Shalach Maris this year. He blames it on that kid. So he blamed it on the Yosef. The Chaim, this little kid, stood up. He left the class. And he told his father, the Beis Halevi, He's not happy, and he declared he's not returning to such a place where the Rebbe doesn't have Rachmanis for the Yosef. Chaim left. So that's one of the best base the Levi learned in private. Now, the Chaim told his father that in his unconscious state, he had seen the orphan's father plead for mercy on his behalf before the Rebbeinu Shalom. That's how he recovered from his name. He said he was deathly ill. So he saw in that moment he was deathly ill. What was his schus? He said he knew what the schus. The orphan father pleading on his behalf in Shemaiah. Chaim is known, everybody knows his whole life. He stood up for the people, all the people that were already got rid of them. People used to leave from Zayrim on his doorstep, no one would take care of them. Chaim took him, brought them up. Chaim's God, that people think he was Zechel Stam to be the father of the. He came from Koyach his Koyach HaChesed, his Koyach HaDaiga for Klal Yisrael, for everyone in Klal Yisrael. Oh, but this is the Madrega of the Rebbeinu Shalom. It's not Stam. The Madrega, the Rebbeinu, the whole year that we were in Golus. Rashi says also by the burning bush in the coloring books. The burning bush. Rashi says, why does he appear? Why do Rebbeinu Shalom appear in a little bush, a burning bush? So Rashi, Imoy Anuchi V'Tzara. It's unbelievable. It's fascinating. The Rebbeinu Shalom he appeared the because Klal Yisrael was going to Tzar. He's mamish participating with that Tzara boys. There's a madrega. It's not stama. This is demanded of us. This is the chelik of dinei Torah boys. Just like Shor Shenoga Chesapora, Shor Shenoga Dal Vehei, all the dinu b'kamera boys. This is a chelik of dinei Torah. And Kesef Tal V'Zami. It's not a meiser. It's a oni yimoch. The Torah is mechayiv you. I'm mistaga adoni. The Torah demands of a person how much demand chas v'shalom what could happen. The Torah demands us to be thoughtful and to think of what's going on by Yenim. And if he's going through a hard time, to be very, very careful. But to be ma'anim in a hard time, a difficult situation, the ger. It's really the Gazara boy said that a Yid has to live with a different whole level. He has to be thinking not just to they say in America where your nose ends. That's it. Just not to punch you in the nose. That's about it. But anything else I can do. But Yidden, was so thoughtful and so careful to thinking what's going on and to feel the pain of Yenim and to realize what he's going through and therefore be extra careful. To think about what's going on by the Yosef Almoni, how many stories of Gedolim, how they would go to places, to Yosef Almoni, Shlomo Zalman used to go visit, every week he used to go visit his sister. His sister was, remember, she spent time there and give us extra time. She was an Almoni for many years, extra time he spent there, and how many other Yosef Almonis that they used to call up and speak to them, to give them chizuk. All Gedolei Oilam, boys, it's one after the next. See the stories, how much they thought about the matzav. What was going by Yanir, boys. Shmuel Birnbaum's book, people think Shmuel was a mamish kulei Torah. You look at it, one year in Erev Yom Kippur, they say what he doing. He went to one place to visit a man in a mental institution, see what he's doing. Then he went to another guy, to see what's happening. He could pay his phone bill, and to visit Almona on the way. Not to be ma'ana, and to help out, and to feel the pain, and to get involved, and mechazik them Rabbi Yisai. This is what a Yid's all about. This is the essence of Rabbi Yisai. Because we're doime, with the Mamlechas Kohenim, and they were just like the Rebbeinu Shalom, Ima Anocha V'Tzara, Kelivnas HaSapi, Rabbi Yisai. She's fascinating. This is what is expected of us. This is not just a Mishlosh Chasidus. This is something extra and on top. This is what is expected of him. You have roommates that maybe he's going through a hard time. You come in there and you want to ishtach him for something. Not now's the right time. But say you went through a difficult day. Think about what's going on by Yana. Think about what matzav he's going. Maybe he's in a difficult matzav altogether. You have to be so careful, but the sort is to have the machshava going. And this is the way we have to train our mind, just like we feel about training our mind, about giving to Yana and about other people, but get ourselves out of ourselves. Is also to think on what's going on by Yana and what's his matzav, how's he feeling, what's going on by him, and then to be emphasized and sympathize with the matzav and be involved with Rabbi Yisai. And how much more so Rabbi Yisai. And we always speak about, we always enter in the Indian of Shalom Bayis Rabbi Yisai, which is the mitzvah Hashem. for those who are already involved in the sugya, those who will be involved. This is one of the biggest things of Isai. To think about what's going on by the wife, think about what's happening in her life, think about the difficulties she might have had today with the kids and this and that, and come home and feel the matzah, feel the pain, feel the difficulty. Just come home and where's supper, come home and where's this. If a person is thinking, has his mind attuned to what's going on around him, the people around him, especially someone who's giving him so much, so you take it easy on her, where's the supper, what's happening, why does the house look so like this for? She's all day with 6 kids running around, you were sitting there drinking a lot of coffee, and all the coffee stains to show, and you don't want to trouble her anymore, so you eat Yeshiva's lunch with your suspenders, and Baruch Hashem, you come home, she barely touched any food today, was busy with Yankel, had the cold, and Shloimi has the flu, and she's running from bed to bed, she's like a nurse working in a hospital. He comes home, where's supper? So at the end of the day, everybody says, what's the pshat? The pshat is that there's no thought. Everybody says, what's going on? My wife's life, she has such a difficult day. And after is supper, then how much would be indebted? You get on the floor and start kissing her feet. You made supper in this matzah when she wanted you to be home. What can you do for her? Now the what? The pshat is not thinking. The person's mind is in himself. Everybody says, what's he thinking about? The brick. The brick is there waiting to mistakel. He's thinking about what's going on by the end of Vayigdal. He spoke Vayigdal Aish. The Kaddish is Yana. To think what are they going through, the difficulty, and to think of and to really analyze what's going on by his life and see how maybe I can alleviate. Maybe talk. Sometimes you just guy needs a good word or just a good ear. He doesn't want to hear you talking too much. He wants to hear a good ear. Listen to him, talk it out, boys. He talks out a little of his pain. So you might not be able to alleviate all the problems, but just talking out sometimes. And sometimes you might have a good aids of him. But to be there for somebody else, boys, that's what we expect us to be there for Yana, to feel the situation, to be there, try to alleviate it, boys. This is the tachlis, this is Middos-Mishpatim, Shatosim Lefneim, boys. Not only Baba Ka'ama, it's Ane Sa'ana Oisom, it's Ger Lo Silchoitz. It's a kesef talmas ami. It's an oni imach. Feel the oni, Rabbi. To feel the oni. Guy here, to flip him a quarter. What's he going through? Be'etzim, Rabbi. What's happening? The person learns that this is mamish what he is supposed to be, Rabbi. A person that really cares about somebody else, really cares, real concern, not one of these fakers that just goes around ki'ilu, but really cares and really is concerned with what's going on with Yana. See what I could do to alleviate that pain and to think about the tzar might be going on, and to empathize with it, and to be involved with it. That's what's expected of us. And when the person learns that, that's godless. That's bari oila. That's ke'etzem ha'al shemayim l'toya. That's giving k'mayis l'das hasach. That's the chedva. Also, the chedva l'fanav is also mitzaref. Mitzaref with the simcha of Yenim. It's also godless. Many people sometimes could feel the tzar. When Yenim's having a simcha, he can't feel the simcha, because what about big me? Big me. What about big me? That's even a higher drive. To feel the simcha, to really feel the simcha, that's also part of it. The Bereshim has chedv v'lefonav, shenigalu. The Bereshim got anything from the Gula on both sides? Nothing. But Yidden are having simcha on both sides. A guy has a simcha in his life, he has an engagement, or he has a bris and this and that. You're not going through the same, it's not go easy. He won the lottery, whatever it is, to feel the simcha, it's also, but mishtatif with Yana. Mishtatif with Yana. Be happy. Be happy that your wife bought a nice piece of jewelry. So what? Your pocket's a little bit empty. But Lamai said, be happy for your wife. No, this and that. There's so many stories about it. There's so bias. You see how a guy, I recently started going to the pratim, and the man said when his wife is going to go, he's flying in and flying out. When it's no get his wife, that she should be able to fly. Oh, but why? But this, she's going for her simcha. No, mitztativ. So you're not so connected with your shviga. But she wanted, but your wife's having a good time. Be mitztativ with her simcha. The shviga is a little bit of a problem for you. What can you do? We all have them. They say why Adam lived so long? He didn't have a shviga. Anyway, the Maisa, we all have them. We all have them. You have to be happy for your wife, happy for her simcha. She went to the shviga, she told me the shviga. I don't want to hear anything more about the shviga. But the Ma'aseh, she has simcha from it. Mishtatif. This is what's expected in Be'ez Hashem, which is Zoicha. This level of Mishtatif in Yenes Matzav, by son. That's how you become great. That's how you become Doim in the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Be'ez Hashem, which is Zoicha, the Heira.
No, the part about Chaverim Kaisha. Once